Hey guys, Austin here with the post-game debrief of the Oilers 2-1 win over the Chicago Blackhawks. And there's an old saying in hockey, never critique a win. However, I'm going to be heavily critiquing this win. That was just one of the worst games I've ever watched in my entire life. I am so frustrated. I know Edmonton has won 8 in a row now, and I know they lost games that they deserved to win earlier this season. So you can say, that's just things evening out. I don't care. If it was anyone other than Chicago tonight, Edmonton loses that game 10-0 every single time. Like, I'm sorry. Horrible, horrible, horrible. But anyways, with that intro out of the way, first period, slow start. Chicago got off to an early lead, 1-0, and then Chicago nearly made it 2-0. Nurse and Ceci had a really bad start to the game, and then Ceci ran into Fogle, but then not too long after, Draisaitl ties the game at 1-1 with the assists to McLeod and Nurse. Then Edmonton gets a power play, but the power play was terrible. They didn't really get any good looks. Kachuk had a really good chance shorthanded for Chicago. 0 for 1 on the power play was Edmonton. Edmonton's sloppy play from the game against Ottawa is still present, and it did carry over into this one. If you guys thought I was hard against Edmonton in their game against Ottawa, I am much, much harder against them in this win against Chicago. I'm happy we got the 2 points. Don't get me wrong, but this was just really bad. After the first period, the score was 1-1. The shots were 9-5 Edmonton, and the expected goals were 0.8 to 0.7 for Chicago. Yeah, Chicago, the team with the worst expected goals in the entire NHL, or expected goals for percentage in the entire league. Out expected goals to Edmonton in the first period. Second period, Edmonton scored early to make it 2-1. Nice pass by Ekholm. It was McDavid's 15th of the season. And then the Oilers scored not long after, but it got waved off for goalie interference by the officials. I said it should have been a good goal, but the Oilers did not challenge the play. I'm not sure why they didn't challenge it. The bottom six had a really bad night. I'm sorry. I know they're trying to get Brown and Kane, and they're trying to get some of these guys going. But if these guys can't drive play against a team like Chicago, and again, all the respect to the Chicago Blackhawks, they played hard. They gave Edmonton a run for their money. They out-hustled and outworked us everywhere around the ice tonight. But if you can't drive play against basically an AHL with some ECHL mixed in there, I'm not sure what to say. Evander Kane, Connor Brown, Matthias Janmark, Adam Ernie, James Hamblin, and Derek Ryan. That bottom six right now is not good, and I know Chris Knobloch doesn't want to change things up. He wants to keep the winning formula in place, but you can't anymore. I'm sorry, you can't. You need to insert Sam Gagner, and then, at some point you have to get Dylan Holloway up just for the speed and tenacity. Edmonton, I think, had 7 hits the entire game. 7 hits. You need more than that. A guy like Evander Kane, if you're not scoring, you got to be doing something else on the ice, and the only thing I saw him do tonight was coast around and take a tripping penalty. Anyways, let me finish up the second period here. Cody Ceci took a penalty. Chicago was out shooting the Oilers 13-11 with 5 minutes to go in the second. Oilers made the kill. At this point, they were 1 for 1. And I wrote down in my notes, if I paid money to see this game, I would ask for a refund. Oilers with zero shots in the final 12 minutes of the second period. End of 2-1 Edmonton. Shots were 15-12 for Chicago. Expected goals 1.60 to 1.00 in favor of Chicago. The game was very, very ugly up to that point. Third period, early power play for Chicago, but it was killed. If there is a positive in this game, it's Edmonton's penalty kill. Edmonton's penalty kill has been great. They're 19 for their last 20. Hyman scored off a nice passing play by McDavid and Draisaitl. Vote Hyman into the All-Star game. Just BTW, please vote him in. I want to see Zach Hyman in the All-Star game. Chicago challenged for offside. It was an almost 10-minute long review. I wrote it should be a good goal. I did not think there was enough evidence to overturn it. However, league officials thought otherwise. They took the goal back, and then right after that, Evander Kane took a really lazy tripping penalty, but the penalty kill again came up clutch, 3 for 3 on the night. Skinner made a nice save on Ryan Donato. Only reason Edmonton had the lead. 8:21 to go. The Oilers had 2 shots in the third period up to that point, and that's all they would have for the rest of the third period. They got nothing after the 8-minute mark of the third. Chicago was putting on pressure, but Stuart Skinner was playing very strong. Skinner made a nice save on Blackwell. The Oilers iced it with 1:42 to play, and then pure chaos ensued when Chicago had the net empty for the final minute 42 of regulation. Edmonton had about 5 or 6 chances to get an empty netter. They could not bury. It's the worst game I've seen in years, but the Oilers hold on for the 2-1 victory, 8th straight win for Edmonton. The shots were 27-15 in favor of Chicago. That is the first time Edmonton has had less than 20 shots in a game since New Year's Day 2021. Against the New York Islanders, I believe, or maybe 2022. I think it's 2022. The expected goals at the end of the game, in my eyes, 2.7 to 1.45 in favor of the Blackhawks. My 3 stars, third star I had Kurashev, second star I had Dickinson, both on Chicago, and then first star I put Stuart Skinner, mostly because he was the only one that seemed to show up, in my opinion. Even the top 2 lines. I know I was getting really mad at the bottom 6, but man, the top 6 also did not play good tonight. I don't know what's going on. They better all have white long. Honestly, seriously, like that's the only way I would excuse a performance like that. Next up, the Oilers played Detroit on Thursday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. What did you guys think of the Oilers win tonight? Am I being way too harsh? Should I be critiquing this win? They have won 8 in a row. They are continuing to climb the standings, gain ground in their own division, especially against Vegas. You guys let me know what your thoughts were in the comment section below. If you guys liked the video, make sure you hit like. If you really liked it, make sure you hit subscribe. We are so close to 900 subscribers. You guys are seriously the best. I'm sorry that I'm, grumpy goose tonight. I did not like that game at all. That's the least amount of fun I've had since the Decade of Darkness. I'm not even kidding. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. You guys have a great night. Take care.